What exactly is, in your mind, going to be the next big frontier when it comes to thematic investing? You know, AI may or may not have legs depending on how the market views things. We saw a little bit of that corrective action, if we can even call it that, over the last couple of weeks. But if we're going to look beyond AI, what are some of those areas of the market that you think will be the next big thing post AI? And what exactly are you tracking with regard to how those products develop and come to market?
Yeah, so I think from a product development perspective, we're keeping a close eye on tokenization and what does that mean in terms of the ETF structure. But from a pure investing, like what do I want allocation to? I do think, the pendulum always swings. And we're keeping an eye on a lot of the reshoring products that are out there. You're seeing kind of the old school infrastructure, industrial products that, have not done as well over the years, but there's a big drive, kind of away from globalization into this reshoring concept, and I think that has legs. I think there's reasons on policy front, there's reasons on consumer front why you would start to see that take shape, and it's kind of funny because you go full circle. Some of the names that you wouldn't think about when you start talking thematics, I think are actually going to start getting a lot of the conversation as we move into the next year and beyond.
All right. And to close things out with you, Ryan, at Global X, you run a shop that puts a lot of kind of thought into these ETF products. What exactly is going to be that next thing for you guys? What's top of mind for you on your radar, so to speak, with regard to what those next products could be?
Oh, look, I would like to start where Mike ended there. Infrastructure is something that's near and dear to our heart, based off of PAVE, which is our largest ETF in the market currently. Tariffs have been an interesting one in terms of, in our view, haven't had a massive impact on the consumer thus far. But to the extent that they do, we think some of these reshoring efforts that you can get through some of these infrastructure plays is an interesting one. So that's one that I would say. The other theme that we talk a lot about is electrification, right? The idea of all of the things that are going to be required for us to continue to support this AI boom. The electrification of the U.S. economy is certainly one of them. So you can get that exposure through ZAP, our ETF there as well.